What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about Lucid, I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what the hell is happening, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So right now, Lucid is up 2.41%, 216 the low, 255 the high. So you are seeing a lot of volatility. When it comes down to the broader market, it did go through this nice spike right here. So Lucid participated in that, and that was because of a rumor that essentially Trump was going to pause all the tariffs for 90 days, except China. That was quickly debunked as fake news, but still that really set the market's trajectory and really pushed a lot of stocks higher. So even though it was fake news, it kind of did save the broader market from another bloodbath. Despite that though, even leading into like this morning, Lucid was having a lot of abnormal buys. So Lucid was the first stock on my whole watch list that was green. So Lucid's been kicking ass, taking names, and that's been occurring over the last several trading days. In fact, Lucid over the last 1 month is up 10.66%. So it's honestly like the broader market's going through mass panic. Lucid's just chilling. Big money is buying Lucid ever since they did put out their Q1 numbers. Maybe there's some speculative reasons behind it, on maybe people are assuming that there's some level of partnership coming or something like that. But these are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. 3 sells, one for 162, 117, and then 150,000. Aside from that, everything else is buys. So big money is definitely getting in. You are still having that battle though, because shorts are increasing 2.38 million shares today. So you're still having that battle. Shorts are really doubling down and saying, why the F isn't Lucid going down? Big money is really holding it up. So you have this kind of interesting scenario playing out. 24.67% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 299.88 million shares overall are being shorted. So shorts probably will continue to increase as they are just trying to bring Lucid down. Flip side, Lucid's doing very well, I think, on a technical standpoint. And even aside from that though, like if the broader market does start to really move higher, Lucid's going to just gain even more momentum going into that. Today though, there's not a lot in data points. One Fed speaker, but I think it's the later part in the week that is what is going to be a big mover for the market. So FOMC minutes, CPI, and PPI. So I've already brought that up, but today no actual news from Lucid itself, no SEC filing, so it is just kind of piggybacking off of the broader market and just somehow moving higher based on that. So let me know your general thoughts on all of that. Moving over to options, 881,000 in calls, 975,000 in puts. So today is going to be a fairly high volume day through options for Lucid, so that's pretty good. As far as the overall sentiment though, 47% is bullish today, and that, I know it doesn't seem like all that crazy, but across the board, like I've been looking at stocks all this morning, and most of them, even though it did go through that nice push higher, a lot of the sentiment is negative. So Lucid, legitimately, there is a lot of optimism behind it. So it's not just a fake pump and dump or type of scenario piggybacking off the broader market. There's legitimate big money buying and also buying calls. So yeah, interesting stuff is happening behind the scenes. When it comes down to the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that $2.50 to $3 range for this week, and then $3+ going into the next week. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 2, and based on this, it's not really that much volume to take note of. These are all the transactions occurring on the dark pool today, so very active. A lot of this is probably shorts. So this big one right here, 3.15, given how much shorts are increasing, that's fair to assume that that was shorts. But still, aside from that though, pretty good stuff that Lucid's moving higher. Right now with it at 234, it is right above this pivot point slightly. So 233 will be a key pivot. So just watch for it to close above that today. If so, you're going to see some good momentum going into the next couple trading days. So 255 and then 269 as the next round targets. Flip side, 211 and then $1.97 is going to be the next strong supports if all hell breaks loose across the board. But I don't really see that happening. And beside that, Lucid's kind of doing fairly well. Lucid's holding its own. There was a couple analyst ratings that did come out on Friday. I've already talked about this in a previous video. So $5 and $3 price targets. So pretty good stuff. Those analysts haven't really done all that much for estimates for earnings per share. So now Q1 is obviously past. So I'll go over if there is any changes. I'll keep monitoring, so I'll give you guys updates on that. But currently negative 23 cents for the earnings per share. And then for the revenue, you can kind of see that it is 250.48 million. That is exactly what you want to see coming from an analyst standpoint. Look at that anticipated growth. Like, that is one sexy chart. That's what you want to see. So yeah, honestly, that's pretty good stuff for that. Moving over to the chart though, so a couple of key points to really watch for is that $2.35 range. That's that ALMA. So it is testing that right now. So it shows that it does really want to move higher. A big point for Lucid is that 254, and that is that 50-day moving average. So it'd be absolutely insane if, like, we go through all this crap in the broader market and Lucid breaks above that 50-day moving average and just kind of moves higher from that. So it's yeah, I think this is maybe Lucid's year to shine, possibly. But then again, we just have to wait for the data, right? Everyone can speculate as much as they want to their heart's content. It just will come down to the data. So Lucid's upcoming earnings, and with that said though, another opportunity for retail to pose good, legitimate questions to management. Make it hard for them. Get them to answer the very difficult questions. That'll be another good kind of Q&A type of period. Last earnings was home run, and I really like those questions that were brought forth by retail. So yeah, I think all in all, pretty good day for Lucid. Let me know your thoughts. Are you buying the dip? Are you selling? What's your general thoughts? Was there one thing that maybe came out that you feel is really pushing Lucid higher? I know a lot of good marketing, a lot of good YouTube videos have been coming out. More and more people, big accounts as well, talking about Lucid. So maybe that's one attributing factor why it's also starting to move higher. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Fun times are ahead. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon and give buy signals on stocks, options, or crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.